All right, now I'm here. We're looking. I'm here. Let me, where's the link? Where's the link? Oh, there we go. And let me go to my channel. All right, looks like everything's okay. So this is a thing I saw on Jaron, and thought I'd play it.
6 under then President Lyndon B. Johnson. In 1966, under then President Lyndon B. Johnson, a law was passed that allowed citizens access to certain documents that did not pose a threat to national security. Now, many people might find that law a little bit silly, and in most cases I can see why. However, it could be quite amazing if you think about it. Imagine, for instance, I can't...
Wait, what was that? Is that Freedom of Information Act?
Law was passed that allowed citizens access to certain documents that did not pose a threat to national security. Now, many people might find that law a little bit silly, and in most cases I can see why. However, it could be quite amazing if you think about it. Imagine, for instance, I can't find a copy of a certain spacewalk anywhere, and I think that there's reasons that I want to see that spacewalk. In fact, I want to see the entire thing. And so, I made my first Freedom of Information Act request to NASA. What do you think they had to say? Let's find
Yes, Jaron is pure trash.
out. Thanks for joining me. This is Jaronism.
Guidance is internal. Ignition sequence start. 3, 2, 1.
Houston, we have a problem.
Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
You can tell it's real because it looks so fake. 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 Because it looks so fake.
What's going on, everyone? Jaron from Jaronism. Real quick video. I wanted to share my Freedom of Information Act request with you, just so you can see what's up with everyone's favorite space agency, NASA. So I made...
Hey, Cygnus Stanley. Cygnus TSB. Charlie, how y'all doing? Let's see, hold on a second. Okay.
the request and I just got my response, but first let's see what exactly is the Freedom of Information Act and am I even in the right place? So first thing it says is you want to make sure that it's not publicly available, whatever you're actually looking for, and it's not. I've actually looked quite a bit. I'm looking for a particular spacewalk where all I can find is a 4-minute segment, and I want the entire 7-hour or whatever it is, the entire spacewalk. So far, so good. Second thing it says here is to make sure you're dealing with the correct agency. In this case, I'm dealing with NASA. So far, I am in the right place. Let's see if there's any other things I need to know. Let's go to the frequently asked questions here. So the
NASA isn't a government agency. They're contractors.
first question I see that I might need to know is whether...
Actually, is NASA a government agency? Huh, okay. All right, I was wrong.
whether or not it's free, and it says here that there
Hey,
is
hold
no
my
initial
pocket.
fee required to submit
Hey, hold my pocket.
an FOIA request, but the FOIA does
Ah,
provide for
shit.
the charging of certain types
God
of
damn it.
fees in some instances. It says for a typical request that the agency can charge for the time it takes to search for records and for duplication of those records. and there's usually no charge for the first 2 hours of search time and for the first 100 pages of
I have to keep
duplication.
an eye
All right,
on
so it
this
sounds like I'm
print.
in the clear there too. So let's see what happened. Alrighty, let's read the response. So this came from Lyndon B. Johnson Space Center in Houston, Texas, March 16th, 2018. And it's addressed to me. Sorry, I blocked out my address. I know you wanted it. Dear Mr. Campanella, this letter acknowledges receipts of your Freedom of Information Act request to the NASA headquarters office. Your request was dated February 26th, was transferred to the Johnson Space Center March 1st. Your request was assigned FOIA case number blankety blankety blank, and was for, this is what I had submitted, I'm looking for the entire spacewalk film from November 22nd, 2006. The video is the one where cosmonaut Mikhail Turin hit a golf ball from the porch of the International Space Station, making it the longest golf shot in history. However, all I can find are short 30-second to 1-minute clips. I'm interested in the 7 or 8 hour archival footage, please. It says NASA processes all FOIA requests in a multi-track processing system, based upon the date of the receipt and the amount of work and time involved in processing the request. In accordance with CFR blankety blank, the agency determines whether the request is simple or complex. Based on the documents you have requested, we are placing your request in the complex processing queue and expect to process your request in 20 working days or more. Not really sure if asking for a spacewalk film is considered complex, but let's continue. Unfortunately, we cannot predict exactly when your request will be processed, as we currently have a backlog of requests. We acknowledge your agreement to pay $10 in processing fees. When you submit an FOIA request, you can put in...
Yeah, Jaron, getting a hamburger at McDonald's isn't a complicated thing, but when you when it's Beanie Baby Day, and the lunch rush could be a pretty complex thing.
in how much you're willing to pay.
And you're last in line.
I was willing to pay $10 for that film. You requested to be placed in the representative of the news media category. However, you did not provide sufficient information to be placed in this category other than to state that your purpose was for personal use and to update the crap footage currently open to the public. That is what I wrote, that was the point. I wanted to use it for personal use and to update the crap footage currently open to the public, which is basically none of this particular
That's nice.
spacewalk. As the result, you have been placed in the All Other Requester category. As an All Other Requester, you are afforded 2 hours of search time and up to 100 pages of duplication without charge. Well, thank you. The organization has already conducted an initial search for responsive records and has spent 1 hour of search time. We have confirmed that this was a Russian extravehicular activity, EVA, and since there were no U.S. camera assets on the Russian segment of the International Space Station, the video that NASA maintains is of very low resolution. There is a full resolution video from 3 different downlink channels, which consists of 7 hours and 45 minutes. However, from this 7-hour, 45-minute video, only 5.5 hours are the EVA itself. Correct, usually the other 2 hours are them getting ready. Of the 3 download links, only 2 show the golf shot. However, one of those downlinks was filmed on the pink camera, which shows everything in a hot pink filter. There are a few options on how the video can be provided to you. Okay. First option is to use the metadata to identify the 12-minute clip of the golf swing when the shot takes place, and that cost estimate is $160. What?
Yeah. Yeah, it's free to request. It's your right to request it. You got to pay for it, buddy. You thought this shit was free?
$160 for what? Well, I didn't ask for...
For their time. That's what it's for.
The 12-minute clip. I asked for the entire 7 or 8 hour spacewalk. The second option is to provide you with the lower resolution video, which is currently maintained as part of the NASA Imagery Online videos. Okay, good. And the cost to reproduce totals $125. What? It says the lower resolution video, which is currently maintained as part of NASA's Imagery Online videos,
But he's a truth seeker. He should get it for free.
meaning the video is already online, and the cost to reproduce totals $125? That's ridiculous. Final option is to reproduce the 7-hour and
No, you're fucking ridiculous, Jaron.
45-minute video from the original current format to a digital file format, which would require special services that are chargeable to you. The organization would spend 12 hours of labor to reproduce the tapes to a digital format, plus the cost of the tape for an estimated cost of $1,075.
Yeah. Costs money, dude. Hey, Ace.
Are you kidding me? The NASA FOIA regulations state that for copies of records produced on tapes, discs, or other electronic media, FOIA offices will charge the direct cost of producing the copy, including the time spent by personnel duplicating the requested records. You may access the NASA FOIA regulations and fee schedule here. Hold on a second. Are they trying to say that it would cost them, in real costs, $1,075 to produce a video?
Yes, it does. Yes, that's what it costs you. It's not what it costs them.
In an effort to
It's what it costs you.
reduce fees, you can either choose option 1 or 2 referenced above, or narrow the length of time of the video you are seeking. However, if you wish to obtain the video in the format that you want, reproduction of tapes to digital format, our regulations allow for an advance payment of the cost that will be incurred in processing this request. Since the total estimated exceeds $250 for the reproduction of the 7-hour and 45-minute video to digital video, you will be required to make an advance payment of up to 75% of the expected fees before you can begin to process your request. As such, please submit a payment in the amount of $806 within 20 days to this date of this letter as outlined below. Are these guys freaking joking? I mean, are these guys trying to say that they need my money? Let's see what they make. $52 million a day. Let's divide that by 24 hours and we get 2.1 million. Okay, so they get 2.1 million an hour. Let's divide that by 60 minutes. They get $36,111 per minute. I mean, let's see what they make.
So you think that entitles you to free shit? Really? Jaron, you're a fucking clown, man.
Per second then. I mean, I'm pretty sure you should be able to get your damn $1,000. Let's see, divide that by 60. And
That money's already earmarked, dipshit. That money's already spent.
every second, so every two. Okay, that means 1,000, 2 1,000. There's your 1,000. 1,000, 2 1,000. There's another 1,000. 1,000, 2. There you go.
No, that's not the way it works, man. You fucking know it.
1,000. There I paid. 1,000. There I paid.
So if you're in a business and you receive government funding, that means all the customers' work should be free? Fuck off.
1,000. Everybody paid, and they paid again, and they paid again, and you got paid again. You really need my freaking $1,000? What are they trying to say, that these guys record spacewalk?
No, they don't. No, they don't need your money, but you need information.
On reel-to-reel tapes?
What a dumb thing to do.
We're not using digital storage at NASA? They don't have all their spacewalks. This is from 2006. I'm not asking for something from 1942.
No, but you're asking.
This is 2006. They're not archiving footage from spacewalks in digital format? Holy smokes. Are you trying to tell me that NASA records all their stuff on old magnetic tapes?
Who does that? Who has time?
I mean, is this really what we're doing? It's 2018. Are we not digitally storing footage?
Let's get scientific.
I mean, this is a joke. As if this company
Yeah, it's 2024. You still believing the earth is flat? What a dumb shit.
can't move itself down the ladder anymore. I don't think it can go much lower, but every time I think that, they manage to do it. And how about the fact that they said that it will take them 12 hours of labor to reproduce the tape to digital format for a 7-hour and 45-minute spacewalk? 12 hours of labor?
Is that based on something that exists, or?
I can't believe it. It really just feels like it's...
That is one big pile of shit.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
My God, the man doesn't understand how finances work.
Crazy. Now we're looking at the FOIA fees. Anyone see $1,000 on there? Because
Yeah, here's the fee guidance schedule. There you go. Right there.
sure as hell don't. In fact, I see duplication is 15 cents.
Right, that's paper copies, dipshit. That's for paper copies. You're asking for a fucking video from 2006.
Wow. All right, and I leave you with the only portion of that spacewalk that I can find. It is so awful. Just make sure you keep your eye on the golf club.
And what do you want it for? To make fun of it? Fucking suffer, asshole.
Keep your eye on the area
Pay up. If you want to make a joke about, if you want their help to make a joke about them, you're going to have to fucking pay.
behind them. And also you'll see that they kind of miscolored the black background, so it makes it easy to see that maybe they were trying to block something out. And isn't it weird?
Oh, maybe you're a dumb fuck.
that we can't find this spacewalk anywhere, and now NASA wants to charge $1,000 for it. Can't imagine why they
Right, because they have it. Yeah, because they have it. You know how much? You know how much it costs to reproduce this item right here? Oop. What the hell? Oh, I can't do that. Where are we at here? Yeah, that little item from yesterday. It's about quarter of an inch tall, quarter of an inch around, and yeah. How much it costs? You know how much it costs to produce? About a penny. You know how much CNC places charge? About $40. It's because you don't have the shit and you want the shit, so you're gonna have to pay money to get the shit.
would want to charge me $1,000 for this video. We'll have to see. So anyway, step right up, ladies and gentlemen. Step right up because this circus is in town. Come one and come all and witness magic. Appreciate you guys a ton. Patrons, you are the best. Thank you so much for all you do. If you want to join them, head over to patreon.com.
See, Jaron is surfing the grift while he still can. That's what this is.
/Jaronism and
This is from 2018, man.
help me continue doing what I've been doing.
So you got another month, Jaron.
So be kind,
Before
don't
the
lie,
jig is
and let's
up.
keep searching. Till next time, this has been Jaronism. Send in the clowns.
So you've got a month before the jig is up, asshole.
Peace.
See, this is what he wanted it for. Fuck you, Jaron. Oh, you're going to charge me money to make fun of you? What a fucking clown. Get rid of that fucking music. So, yeah, Jaron's just a dumb fuck. About as ignorant as QNFE here. So, I'm trying to print this half of the what's this thing called? Fuck. Frame. Yeah, it's half of the frame for the spool winder. Need to clean the print plate off. Get it all ship shape. Where are we at? That's not what I want. Windows capture. I want restream. The hell? Why did that change fucking... There we go. Why did that get smaller? I don't understand. That's what I want. Right there. Actually, turn the webcam off on that. Don't need the webcam on for Streamlabs.
Because the mass would be the sun would have the bigger mass.
So this is Flatzoid reviewing Tim Pool's podcast. Who is it? Alex Stein, Scott Ferguson, Robert Sungenis, and who else? I don't know. And Austin Whitsitt.
Yes, and the sun
Is fighting for.
So the sun has pull on the planets.
Yeah.
And do you believe the sun then is not as massive? It's smaller.
No, same sun in both systems.
But is it
what
just
we have now is another force involved because
So this is live, but we're about an hour and 45 minutes into it.
the universe is rotating.
Yeah.
And that's going to cause centrifugal, Coriolis, and Euler forces on the solar system, and it's going to make that
What is
sun
evidence
go
of
in
that- evidence of
complete
that?
tone.
So that's the ether now. That's his ether.
This guy's worse than a glober. I'm telling you now.
That's what Rob Skiba came to the same conclusion when he debated Dr. Sungenis.
Yeah.
They always operate on the presumption and assumption. We don't evidence, without an evidence. Why? I always ask why.
Because you don't sound smart unless you bring up a bunch of stuff you can't prove.
Right. But that's bad. I mean, yeah, he's been showing more issues for his geocentric globe tonight than what the heliocentric globe has. This is what the Flat Earth shows different. The Flat Earth doesn't sit with these issues that they have because of their belief in gravity.
Right. Austin Whitsitt's not a flat earther, dude. He's a geocentrist.
And none of these guys have mentioned, they keep using general relativity. None of them have actually mentioned it's a theory and there are competing theories and it's not settled fact.
Exactly. We're just talking.
Yeah, it's just
You don't know what a fucking theory is. It's amazing. It's amazing these dipshits have gotten this far in life. It really is.
a theory based on a mind thought, a thought experiment. It's not actual science.
You're a stupid motherfucker.
Although they want to claim it's actual science for everything.
You're a fucking stupid fuck. You know that?
But there's I see improvement. They're using theory instead of hypothesis, because the worst is even if they go by the hypothesis, no.
And he keeps letting the fucking anti-Semite on. Huh. It almost makes me think that you're a fucking anti-Semite, Flatzoid. Because actual Christians don't do what you do. They don't give anti-Semitism a platform.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would even say at a larger level, an unspoken level, it's an appeal to authority, because they're invoking Einstein as if he's someone smart that people should listen to, using his theory, but not proving
He was. Yes, he was a very smart man.
his theory.
Exactly.
You're dumber than dog shit.
Don't question the authority.
And you sound fucking jealous.
Right, they had to validate his theory in order for them to use it as a statement of fact.
Meanwhile, they just ignore. I think Austin's the only one that brings up Tesla. So meanwhile, they ignore Tesla, who thought Einstein was a hack.
Yeah.
Was he a flat earther?
And by
Don't fucking think so.
the way, I wonder if they even think about all the scientists that were against Einstein. There were like 100 scientists that didn't agree with Einstein.
But why he was promoted?
Yeah, and there were doctors who didn't agree that you needed to wash your hands before surgery, too. So what's your point?
But yeah, Einstein was promoted.
You know why he was promoted? man in funny hat.
Mm-hmm. Oh, propaganda, man. Just propaganda.
By the forces of the rotating universe around a fixed Earth.
And so, just to clarify, you're saying the Earth is then fixed; it cannot be moved.
Right.
Right. Like, let's
doesn't rotate.
Well, hold on. I want to ask Robert a question.
Wait, there's more than just you two talking, dude. There's like Wit's also there, and Alex also there.
I mean, he's even cutting off Tim.
Yeah.
Tim is trying to.
It's like this guy, Scott, wants to make such a great impression that he's smart on there, that is almost trying to take over the show. But the guy's literally been shown. He's showing he's a fool. I'm sorry to say it, but he's not really making a great impression.
How? Because he knows science? Fuck you, Flatzoid. You little fucking worm.
Other than showing he's talking gobbledygook.
I guess he feels like he's losing a little bit, so he feels like, you know how they, it seems like these guys, they feel like the more I talk, the more I'm winning in this debate. If I can keep you from talking and I'm keep on talking, I'm winning. Instead of just listen and respond and then go back to listening again.
Yeah, I agree with that. Did you notice his stickers on his laptop?
Yeah, we spoke about it when he came in.
Okay. Did you notice as well triangle, which is 60 degrees, 666? Yeah.
60 isn't 6, dipshit. 60, 60, 60 isn't 666, you dumb motherfucker.
No face?
Mm-hmm.
God, tell us you're stupid without saying the words, man.
But like I said, imagine how his room looks if his laptop looks like that.
Because I'm curious about this. Let's say that you took a SpaceX Starship and you went to
God, what a desperate piece of shit.
Mars, and you had a family and your family grew up on Mars. How would they perceive the universe? Would they perceive the sun going around Mars instead?
They're going to see it from
talking
the Mars
about
point of
Nadia.
view. And I have no problem with that. The question is that the real system? You can go on Pluto and live if you want, and you're going to see everything revolve around Pluto.
Right.
That's
And
not
so-
the issue.
No, it won't.
So that drives my
Talking
question.
about Nadia.
Then, what
This Robertson Genis piece of shit is a dumbass.
is your evidence that it is Earth as opposed to if you grew up on Mars, you would feel like it was Mars?
Wait, Dr. Singenis, wait a minute. You wouldn't see everything revolve around Pluto.
No, he wouldn't.
Again, he doesn't. I don't even think he's. Yeah, I don't know what Dr. Singenis is doing here.
It's quite crazy. Think of it as looped
He's making a fucking fool of himself.
things.
What he's doing. Just like you do every fucking day.
Think of a gear structure, okay?
You would see the analemma of all the planets if you were on Mars.
Exactly. You'll see a total different movement if you jumped to a different reference. So it won't be as he puts it. That's why I don't think both of these guys understand what they're actually talking about.
Just another wonderful example of how flat earthers know the heliocentric model better than Globers.
You don't even know what a fucking model is, man. How can you know it better?
Yeah. But you can see the cogs turning in the head while they're talking.
I mean, I think it's this physical thing that you can touch, that you can reify.
It's almost like they figuring it out while they're arguing.
Instead of them knowing what they're talking about. Like,
Yeah. But because they got so much pride, they are not able to just say, yeah, I'm wrong.
Knowing what they talking about? Excuse me?
And they have invested a lot of time in the globe model.
I needed you to learn that English in the United States.
So that's why they cling to it.
Yeah. But it's funny. The flat earthers aren't even saying anything now. And
See, this would be a moment where Scott should have went after Dr. Singenis right here to say, no, you wouldn't see the same reference. You wouldn't see the same things on Pluto. You don't know what you're talking about, geocentrists. I mean, but he's not. They're trying to somehow unify so they can fight against Austin.
Exactly.
But you know
But then-
what? You know what? All Austin got to say is like, okay, you guys done talking about Nadia right now. Let's get back
Yeah.
to Earth, where we all live.
Okay.
Neither one of you going to Mars. Like, what are y'all talking about?
Hey, Westside.
Yeah, but exactly. But you see what's funny about this? The flat Earth is not even talking, and the globe's losing. That's how bad it is.
Self-plowing.
Yeah. Wow.
On physical tests on the Earth.
That's where Austin comes in.
Yeah,
That's where I was going to go
definitively
next.
proven it. We have Aries failure, stellar aberration. It doesn't change when you introduce an additional medium. We have Michelson-Morley, and we can get into all these. But interferometry, I was right. Then Michelson-Go person matched the sidereal rotation. I'm not actually trying to scattergun. I want to make sure that the audience is following here. So we have Newton. You have the idea that the sun's
Yep.
really huge. It has the most gravity. The planets move around it, so it's logical that the Earth would also move around.
So Austin, let me ask you a question.
So then Mark came along and said, "Wait,
Why is he wanting to?
Oh, try to cut in.
He just started talking. He literally just started talking.
It's a tactic.
Newton didn't even think about the rest of the universe. He thought the sun was the center of the entire universe. So when we actually take his theory even and we apply it to a rotating universe, the angular momentum of that whole universe would outweigh any effect of the sun, and the Earth could be in the center. This spills over into relativity as well. Now, I actually reject all of this. I reject the claim sizes.
Why the fuck is he doing that with his hands? Is he trying to be like Donald Trump? Is he trying to be like Trump?
I reject I don't even believe in all that. But it's misinformation. It needs to be pointed out that even in the Newtonian and Einsteinian models, the Earth could be in the center. So what we need
No, it couldn't. No, it couldn't.
to do is go back to Earth, look at the actual test, the empirical evidence. What does the empirical evidence show?
The empirical evidence is that the Earth is a sphere spinning on its axis, tilted 24 degrees to the sun and orbiting around the sun. That's the reality of it, stupid.
Instead of this woo-woo, we can't know the truth. It could be anything.
But that's what you say. We can't know the truth. You say that God made everything so that we can't understand it. That's what you say, dumb fuck.
What does that serve us? We did tests on the Earth that proved that the Earth is not moving.
No, you didn't. No, nobody's done tests on the Earth that proves the Earth isn't moving.
Go back to the very first test.
Can I look that
Nobody.
up? Like what were the studies? What were the tests?
Well, let me go back to the first
Aries
one.
failure.
Michelson-Morley, Aries failure, Michelson-Gale.
Failure.
Aries. How do you?
Wrong. Fucking wrong. And you've been educated on this, motherfucker. But you still repeat the lie. Why is that, Austin? Why? See, a truth seeker, when educated on something, has learned the truth. So they don't lie about it anymore.
Now he's gonna try. The earliest failure showed it didn't prove what they wanted to prove. So
No, it didn't. It proved that the Earth doesn't move through a fucking ether. That's what it proved.
therefore, the Earth wasn't moving. Oh, the Earth was moving.
Yeah.
No, this is their misunderstanding of Aries failure. How Aries failure worked is because they took a telescope filled with water, and the path of the light was supposed to come at a certain angle. It did not happen at the angle they needed for the Earth to move, so they called it Aries failure.
No, that's not what the fucking experiment was for, stupid. God damn, you're dumb.
It showed the stars moving and not the Earth. But now they're saying, well, it's a failed attempt, so therefore it doesn't show that the stars are moving. It's showing nothing.
God, what a stupid motherfucker.
In other words, it wasn't set up correct, bro.
Like, what is their rebuttal to that?
No, it was set up correctly. It just didn't prove what they wanted it to prove, and that was that the Earth is moving through an ether.
That it wasn't set up correctly.
But that's all they get. I mean, my last stream we showed the Foucault's pendulum not working. Their argument for that is it wasn't set up correct. Not it didn't show the Earth didn't rotate. No, it just wasn't set up. If it doesn't show the results they want, therefore it's not done right.
If the evidence doesn't point to their assumption, it's worse for the evidence.
It's the same as if we show Cavendish not doing what they claim. No, then it's not done right. If they don't get the outcome they want, it's not an invalidation of their claim. It's just not done right.
So our question is, why they ever?
No, stupid. If you don't set the experiment up correctly, it doesn't work. If you turn your car on, if you try and turn on your car and it's missing an engine and you can't get to the store, is that because you didn't turn the key correctly?
Ever make it right? Because they can't.
Mm-hmm. It's quite crazy.
How do you
AIRY? Now Wikipedia is going to do what
AIRY.
Wikipedia does. Just so you know.
I want to ask Austin this.
Wikipedia is going to tell you the truth. But trust me, bro.
Because, okay, so Aries failure. So for people who don't know, and I'm sure Tim's going to pull it up here in a second. But
Flat
it
Earth
involves,
Wiki? Should I do that?
Well, that's the debunk site, but it's good.
That's
It's
the
still
first
good.
thing
It
that
still
comes
can
up.
be good because all of them are going to say what's not true.
What are they probably going to bring? WS up or Mattoon?
True, which is very telling. That it has to lie.
So Aries failure, for those who don't know, I'm sure the audience may not be familiar with this, but it involves
Oh,
a
Flat Earth Society. Oh, my word. Why are you bringing Flat Earth Society up? Why would anybody bring the Flat Earth Society up?
Because it's controlled.
I hope he actually calls him out for this.
telescope filled with water because light travels slower in water. Would you agree that light travels slower in water?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you have a water-filled telescope. The principle behind Aries failure, which, I mean, this experiment goes back, before Einstein.
No, really?
At that time, physicists believed in the ether, that light was entrained in this ether and that it was called the undulating theory of light, that light was traveling through the ether, a medium. They thought it was necessary. So basically, you have...
He's going to be all over this.
Why they bring up he brought up the ether?
What's the density of the ether, guys?
They always bring more assumption and more and more and more
Uh-huh.
to fit
But
their
what's
narrative.
the density of the ether?
Nobody knows because it doesn't exist.
As I always say, they always bring some shit to move the water.
Yeah.
A water-filled telescope pointing at a star. Now, you have stellar aberration because light acts a bit like when you're running in the rain. If you accelerate, you have to tilt your umbrella down to catch the rain. And so starlight acts that way. As we go around the sun, the starlight is deflected slightly by Earth's orbital motion, at least in our model, right? And so if you point a telescope at a star, you have to correct for what we call stellar aberration, the deflection of that starlight. Now, if you fill that telescope with water, the thought was if the starlight is entrained in ether, and think of this as a medium that Earth is moving through around the solar system, then if you slow the light down...
That's false. Not the Earth is moving through. The Earth is geocentric. Therefore, it's not moving. You are contradicting your own statement.
Yep.
The ether was the propagation medium where the stars were moving through.
You're such a dumb motherfucker.
It had nothing to do with Earth's movement. The guy's trying to mix
No, you've never read the experiment, have you? You've never read it, have you?
heliocentrism and
No, you haven't, Flatzoid. You haven't read the experiment.
geocentrism together to make his point. So he doesn't even understand what he's talking about. They tilted the
still nobody here.
telescope because they needed to catch the light at a certain angle, which would show either the sky is moving or the ground is moving. It gave a null result for the ground moving, therefore they called it failure.
No, it didn't. No, that's not at all what happened. It's not at all what happened.
This guy, I'm sorry, he's way out of his league in this debate.
Oh, he's way out of his league. You're a dumb motherfucker. You've proven you're way out of your league and to talk about anything, Flatzoid.
Yeah, because he's explaining something. He's trying to give an analogy about the umbrella, which is kind of confusing. But it do seem like
I did this wrong. I should have. I'm using Streamlabs to do this. I should have done it in Restream. So if I go live with Restream, it's going to ask me if I want to use my YouTube channel. So anyway, let's do this. I'm going to end the stream, and then I'll be right